Yo, what's up everybody? Now, in this video I'm going to be testing the Mosquito Shortbow versus the Terminator. One is worth 80 million coins, and the other is worth 700 million coins. This is my gear. I'm using Warden Helmet and 3/4 Hot Terror with no gemstones, no recoms, and just bad in general. This is my equipment. I have a Rift Necklace, a David's Cloak, and a Molten Belt, and a Manticore Claw, all reforged to strengthened, and the Manticore Claw is recommed. I'm also using a Golden Dragon with 10 mil gold collection, level 200 and antique remedies, and 1 mil bank. Let's buff. Alright, first for the Terminator, let's get some stacks up. So with the buffs there, it was looking like we were getting around 860k damage up to 900k, but with no buffs it seems like we're getting around 640k, and that's pretty consistent. Alright, next up we have the Mosquito Bow. I'm going to use Silky and put everything into crit damage to balance out all the strength I'm getting from my Ragnarok, Sword of Bad Health, and my weirder tuba actually, and my Overflux. So place Overflux, Rag Axe, bang, tuba, Sword of Bad Health. Alright, 1 million damage, and with overload sometimes we're getting 1.8 mil, 1.2 mil, it's a little inconsistent. And now that some of my buffs ran out, 1.3 mil, 900k without overload, 1.3 mil, 1.3 mil, 1.3 mil, super consistent. We will now be testing against the Tarantula Slayer. The Mosquito Bow is made for the Slayer and also comes from the Slayer, being crafted at Tarantula level 7. Rightfully, we should test it against what it's made for versus the Terminator, which is from Enderman Slayer. Now, Terminator shoots 3 arrows, so I'm expecting that it might do pretty good, but the Mosquito Shortbow is worth 3 times the damage towards the little sacks. So this is the Terminator's performance. And from that we got a 25-second kill. Let's use the Mosquito Shortbow now, and let's see the actual difference that it makes. Alright, we're gonna spawn here. So this is the Mosquito Shortbow. Deals with those super quickly, wow. Also, I think it's important to mention that I'm bad at this boss. I don't have much experience with it. You can see on the top left it says I've only done 26 of the T5s. So 21 seconds there, about a 4-second increase. Let's see if we can do one more with the Terminator and see if that's truly it, and then do one more with the Mosquito. Alright. One of the strengths of the Terminator is that you can kind of deal with all of them at once. You can kind of see it there. So, yeah, wow, exactly the same, 25 seconds. Alright, we're spawning. Let's use Mosquito this time. I'm doing pretty bad here because of all these magma cubes, but that's okay. And yeah, 20.4. So pretty consistently I'm getting 20-second bosses with the Mosquito Shortbow and 25-second bosses with the Terminator. That was that test. Let's move on to Magma boss. Alright, we're in the same lobby, and this appears to be an untouched Magma boss. So let's buff up, and let's already start shooting. Ooh, I don't have arrows. Wait, that's not good at all. I need to call Jax. Quickly, quickly, quickly. Oh man, what a mistake. Alright, we're getting through this phase, and I could continue doing this boss, but I lost so much damage that I would have gotten there if I didn't have to refill arrows. So I think I'm just going to have to restart this. Alright, this is a perfect lobby. Let's do it. Get our stacks up, and this is perfect. He's already going to the center. We didn't even get him to red there. Wow. Okay. I have big hopes and big dreams for this bow. I think it could do a lot. I think it could do a stupid amount of damage, but we need to see. What if this bow is 80 million coins and it's worth that price, and Terminator really is worth 600 mil? Let's see. It seems like this guy is doing some damage with his flaming flay. I don't know how much you could do with melee to Magma boss though. It doesn't seem too good. I'm probably doing most of the damage here. We're at 95%, so I'll swap to mage once this is over. Alright, final phase. Okay, nice. Well, with my Mosquito Shortbow and someone else doing a little bit of damage, so 1.15 bill, and for a Mosquito Shortbow, that's very good, especially considering my terror. So let's swap over to my Terminator and do the same test again. Alright, new lobby. This time we're using Terminator. Try to see if we can do more damage. On the topic of newest version and new updates and stuff, what do you guys think about all the stuff that has been coming to Skyblock recently? The healing revamp, the new texture pack, the new updates, Taurus Canyon, everything that's new, having to swap over to newest version for the mods and just to play the game in general. What do you guys think about that? Alright, it seems like we're on the last stage of the boss. It's fleeing, and I'll just kill it. And I did 1.424 million damage here with my Terminator. I did about 350 million more damage, and I'm pretty surprised. I have dealt 1.8 bill before with my term, so that was the Magma boss, and we'll do a final test in dungeons to see if the Mosquito Shortbow can compare with the Terminator inside of dungeons. Let's go. Alright, we're inside of dungeons right now in NF7 to not have my Master Stars affect damage. And just right off the rip, no blessings. Let's see how much damage I do with my term. Alright, 57 mil. Yeah, 57 mil. 60 mil. Pretty consistent damage. I do have Soul Eater, but in F7 it doesn't affect much, because mobs do 0 damage here. So, with Overload, 85 mil. But 55 mil, so 58 mil. So, in between 55 and 60 something mil with my Terminator, and of course with all 3 arrows, so it does make a pretty big difference. So let's see, with all 3 arrows shooting, I think we're doing around 170 mil if all 3 arrows land on the enemy, which is pretty standard. I forgot to mention that I am Catacombs level 43 and Archer level 49. Alright, we're in the second dungeon with our Mosquito Shortbow this time, and we're going to test to see how much damage we're doing in one hit with our Mosquito Shortbow. We already tested term. 82 mil. See? 78 mil. 80 mil. 3 mil. Oh no. Alright, it looks like, yeah, to a fell, 75 mil. So it looks like we're doing about 80 million damage with Overload. We're doing pretty standard amount of damage. Oh, 100 mil there. I got a blessing. Wow, 100 mil. So with blessings, we'd obviously be doing a ton more damage. Let's go to M3 and test to see if it can actually stand up against the boss fight with 0 Master Stars or anything. Alright, killed that one. Killed that one. Oh, this one's taking a little more health. And you too. Oh no. Oh, my mouse disconnected. Everything is going wrong. Everything is going wrong. Come on. Die, please. No. Okay, I did it. I did it. Ooh, that was stressful. Alright, now we're gonna do the Professor. I could definitely beat this guy. I don't have an Ice Spray though. Or a Gyro. Or the Fire Freeze Staff. I'm cooked. It's okay. We just put him in the corner and we win. Professor got nothing on us. And we got the healing too. Look at that. Wow, 900 health healing. I forgot to mention that the healing on this item is insane too. The healing scales with your kata level. So it's pretty good. And let's just kill it. Professor. Ooh, I'm gonna die. Okay, well, I killed it. Thank you so much though for making it this far. If you watched the whole video and you enjoyed it and it helped you, then please drop a like, subscribe, and comment something. That would help me so much with the algorithm, so I would really appreciate it.